BTS have become one of the biggest musical acts in the world, taking the title of biggest boy band ever. But are they bigger than the Beatles? The Beatles are one of the most iconic and influential musical acts of all time, selling hundreds of millions of albums and becoming a global cultural phenomenon. BTS have certainly made a huge impact on the world, arguably becoming the first international K-pop group to achieve mainstream success. Their albums have sold millions across the world and they enjoy a huge fanbase, so it is arguable that they are bigger than the Beatles. However, the Beatles have achieved a level of success and cultural impact that is difficult to match. They are true legends in the history of music. While BTS are hugely popular and influential, they haven't been around long enough to be bigger than the Beatles. The Beatles still remain the top-selling act in history and enjoy a massive fanbase, which BTS are not quite able to match yet. While it is amazing what BTS have achieved so far, it is unlikely that they will ever be considered as big as the Beatles. To achieve the same level of success and impact as the Beatles, BTS would need to continue to produce amazing music. The Beatles were active for over a decade and reached huge levels of success through their albums and singles. To match the Beatles, BTS would need to keep releasing new and innovative music to stay at the top. While BTS have certainly made an impact, they still have a long way to go before they can truly compete with the Beatles. It would take many years of successful releases and concerts before BTS could be considered as big as the Beatles. The Beatles are still a legendary group and an example of how powerful and influential music can be. Many people, particularly older generations, will always prefer the Beatles and see them as the bigger group. No matter how popular BTS become, it seems unlikely that they can ever match the cultural impact and legacy of the Beatles. Comparing BTS to the Beatles is difficult as their success has been in different eras, and their fanbases are very different. While BTS have become popular across the world, their success is mainly in the digital world, which was not available to the Beatles. BTS have achieved a great deal in a short space of time, but it is still too early to say if they can be bigger than the Beatles. Although BTS have gone far, they would need to match the level of success of the Beatles in order to be considered bigger than them. The Beatles have achieved something special and unique in the world of music, which BTS may never be able to achieve. It is hard to ignore the fact that the Beatles have made a bigger cultural impact than BTS, and this is unlikely to change. For now, BTS have certainly made their mark on the world and have made an amazing contribution to the music scene. But it may be many years before we can truly compare BTS to the Beatles in terms of size and impact. Although BTS are growing in popularity, they still have a long way to go before they can truly be considered bigger than the Beatles.